What's up, guys? Welcome back to a brand new episode here on our Rainy Day Skyblock series. This is, I believe we're on episode 8 now, so we're quite far into the series already, and we've still got a lot to do before the Underworld comes out. So it goes into our studies. 15 days until the Underworld, and we've got quite a lot to go through. But firstly, you can see that I'm wearing pink armor in today's episode. That is because we managed to get ourselves a brand new set, and we've got all specialist. So I believe that's an additional 120% to get a special item, which is going to help us a lot when it comes to farming different crops. Obviously, we need special sugarcane for custom enchant books. We need special, I think it's redstone when we unlock it, and a lot more. So we also managed to get ourselves, right here. On our leggings, we got replanter, and on our helmet, we also got replanter. So with that, once we get to wheat, we should be able to replant everything without missing a single one. I believe you need 2 pieces in order for it to work. But in today's episode, we're going to be going into our fishing studies. So if we head into Earth, we've done all our mobs. We've done our ores. We're progressing slowly through our crops. We are currently an expert on sugarcane, on our ways to master, so we're not that far off. And next will be bamboo. We've got a massive wood farm behind us. We are still grinding acacia. We've not touched it for a day or two now because probably the most annoying tree to farm. Now we're into fish. We fished up 1 fish, and that's it really. So in order to fish, we're going to need ourselves a bigger pond than this 2x2 infinite water source. Now this pond is going to be the center of our island, which will be where these snow blocks are. That direction will be our wood farm, crop farm, mobs, and this is our, what do you call it? Ore gens. So the ores, which if we come in here, 2 blocks of lapis. We've got a bit going on. We've not had it on completely. I think we've done like a stack and half of TNT each. And from that, we have managed to get ourselves quite a bit of lapis. If we come into here, 162 from technically 3 stacks of TNT. In here, we've got 300, and in here we've got 500. So we've got ourselves a decent amount of lapis. But getting on in this video, we're firstly gonna head over into one of these chests. This one. Dirt. So the reason we are touching dirt is because we're gonna make this island a decent size. We're not gonna make it too big, but we're not gonna make it too small. So these blocks here are the middle. This is where the water source, the top water source will be, I believe. If we click F3... 251, so that should be the one below, so on this one. So let's try to create ourselves island shape, I guess. So we're not going to go completely circular like we have done previously. So let's just hold our right click and see what happens. That is a very straight line right there. Let's bring it this way a bit. And what have we got? We got a nice ovally shape. Maybe we bring it out a bit on this side. So let's get some of this going. Bring it out a bit more. Let's curve this edge a bit. Come on, let's see what we can do. Yeah, honestly, I don't think that's a bad shape. Just trying to think. Is there enough space? Let's place 1 there. Let's bring this out 1 more. Yeah, so we're going to work with this shape. So let's get rid of these snow blocks. We need to get our shovel because we're going to be working with quite a bit of dirt here. So let's pick ourselves up this dirt. And let's bring ourselves a bit on the inside. So we're just trying to create a nice decent outlines, maybe like 2-ish blocks. So we do want a bit of grass on the edge. Okay, so now we can work downwards, because this is going to be a little dip, because obviously we're not going to just have a flat source of water. So, hopefully we got enough dirt. So let's time-lapse this build, and let's see if we can come up with a nice pond. Okay guys, that is our little pond built, and with the resources we have, I think it looks beautiful. Can we buy any coral though, is the question. Items, it won't be mining. Don't think we'll find any in here. Farming. Blocks. There's no blocks. Maybe we wait for the release of the builder shop. That shouldn't be too long of a wait now. And once that comes out, we can definitely try get some better looking blocks. And now we have that done, we want to go on to building a little hut. Now we're building a little hut in this corner here, so we might have to expand the platform a bit. And we're definitely gonna have to neaten this up, but we'll probably do that in between episodes. But yeah, so we're gonna build a little hut in this corner, and we might move our storage down there. So what we want is some oak. Luckily, we have some. Let's just get rid of this mud, because we do not need it. So let's get some oak. Let's start off with our foundations. So, I'm trying to think. Maybe if we bring it here, so 1, 2, 3. We want to elevate it a bit there, and then if we put another one 3 away, and then the last one 3 away again. So the reason we are elevating this is because we don't want it touching the water. Our hut is coming out of the water. Let's get rid of this block down here too, just to make it fit in the realism. Maybe what we can do, we can change this to some spruce, get some details in here. That's 1, 2, 3. Adding these spruce will give it like, oh, we need a bit more than 3. 1, 2, 3. We need one more. So adding this will give it the texture that it's a bit wet and damp. So if we just place this in, you can see like the transition there. The water's like made it a bit damp. It's a bit wet. It's not dry wood, so it does give it that little extra texture. So now what we want to do is build the rest of the building, I guess. So we want it 3 away here, and maybe 4 away on that side. So we're going to need ourselves some dirt. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's just make this fit, and then 1, 2, 3, and then on the 4th. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th. Okay. Let's see. There we go. And then here. This corner is going to be a bit wider than the rest. I mean, it can look good or it can not. We're going to need ourselves some more dirt though. Yes, we do have a bit left. So what we need to do is somehow connect these ones. But we need this corner to be more of like a square somehow. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the 5th. Then realistically we would have one here. So let's just corner this off and we can sort it later. So we would put one there, put one in that corner, and then line up there. And let's build all this up too. There we go. So if we just fill in this corner. My center is like about there. So again, this corner is going to stick out quite a bit. But hopefully it is worth it. So let's start crafting myself some other blocks. So if we go into our crafting table, we can craft ourselves some normal blocks. We can craft ourselves some stairs. We're going to fit in some stone bricks with this. We have been smelting some stone along the way. So let's get that. Let's get some stone stairs going. Trying to think, what else could we get in this build? We're gonna smelt. Okay, we got stone in all of these. Let's smelt a bit of sand. So let's first start with this area here. So we're gonna create this little overhang, just like so. Now this is gonna be our little dock. So if we go into, no, we're gonna use full blocks for all this. So this corner right here is gonna be the outside. So let's bring this up one. We're gonna need some fences, but we'll probably get into that after. So we're gonna have to bring this up another, let's say 5 maybe. So 1, 2, 3, 4. How should 4 be fine? 4 might actually be fine. And then let's bring these up 2. Apart from that one's got to be a bit higher because that is the middle. So let's fill in our floor. Firstly, we're gonna have to put some stairs along here. So this is where our stone slabs will come in, our stone stairs. So let's give this a nice border like the wooden one, and almost there. We will put it here. However, this is going to be stairs anyway. Let me just get rid of that. Place that in there. Now we need to somehow get some stairs in there. Huh. Let's just break a piece of dirt there. If we fly on under our island, we can get in this little hut. Oh, we didn't even fill in the roof. We could have just gone from above. And like that. Okay. I like where this is going so far. Let's bring in some walls. Okay. So. Flooring. Let's build this floor of oak wood planks. So this is going to be our mini storage room. Now we've not got a lot of space to work with, as you can see, but we could get some double chests back here on the back wall. Maybe on the side we can get some barrels for some like smaller resources. So let's get that there. We're going to get a door here. Let's build up that door a bit. So there's the door. We'll get some glass walls there. Boom. So now it's going to come down to some stairs. So let's go into my crafting table because we're definitely going to need a lot more stairs than we already have. So let me grab some of this and some of these. Now what we always do, we make it overhang 1. However, we might need to bring this up a bit. Okay, nice. So our stairs is going to go on this one right here. So let's bring our stairs up one off the edge. Then we're going to bring it to this middle block right here. Which kind of doesn't reach. Looks like we're going one more. Okay, boom, boom, boom. Then we do the exact same on this side. Again, let's just keep bringing this up. Do I need to do more, or do I just leave it there? I think if I leave it there, what I can do, if I grab myself some slabs, we can like bring this around and have it connect like that. Yeah, that's not too bad. I think that'll work. So now we just need to figure out this side. Let's just make sure we place every single stair correctly. Boom. So we're almost done here with the roof. So this is a nice straightforward roof. Just like so. Let's bring these down the middle here. And there, I guess. I mean, it does work. The roof is not... We're not going to be staring at the roof. So let's not go into it too much before we end up changing the full thing. So now let's get some wooden stairs on top of all this. So we're going to just fill in the roof and we'll be right back. Right, so we now have this build. And I definitely think it looks a lot better. Let me just bring that slab there and let's bring those to the edge. So we're looking a lot better. Now what we want to do, let's grab myself... We're going to grab a composter. Let's turn this straight once just to clear our inventory. We're going to grab ourselves that. We're going to go up top to our furnace and just grab ourselves our glass quickly. Let's make them into some pins. We're going to get the composter right there. We're going to get our door. First, we need to change this block. Boom. Boom. Okay, crafting table. Let's smack it down. Do we want it on the corner or do we want it like here? Maybe we can save ourselves some space by putting it there. Let's get this back door in. We're also going to need ourselves some what are they called? Fences. We might need a bit more than that. There we go. So our fishing side is going to be there. So let's block that off. Boom, boom. We've got a little fishing area right here. Stand on this porch. Let's block that top one off. And then we just cast our rod down there. That's looking good so far. Now let's turn all this into some wood, because we're going to need ourselves a lot of chests now. So let's fill this back walls with chests. But firstly, let's do the windows. So let's fill this in with some glass panes. Let's get in all these gaps just right here. Nice double window there. Then we just fill in all these chests. So it is a lot more chests than I first thought it would actually be. So that is quite the bonus. Does that combine? It does. That one, however, does not. So let me just do that. We're going to need ourselves some more chests. Now, I believe I have some stored up here somewhere. 29 right there. Would you look at that? Boom. Open that door. Let's get these chests placed in. And boom. We looking good? We could probably get ourselves another row. Let me get rid of that. I'm trying to think of how we can get that one in. Now, we could push it one further and go for another row, but honestly, I think we'll leave that gap up there. Maybe we can get a light in or something. Because this place does need a bit of light. So, next. What next decoration can we do? Firstly, I want some leaves. So I know I got some in here somewhere. So let's grab myself 2 leaves. It's going to be for that. So we got a little plant there. Now let's go get myself some lanterns. So we've got plenty of iron. We're definitely going to need to empty my inventory a bit. Let's do that. Now that I think of it, does it matter where I put things? Because it's all going to get moved anyways. So we got some iron. We're going to need some wood. We're going to need some coal. And let's make some sticks. Let's turn those into torches. Let's turn some of these into ingots. We got some lanterns. Lanterns are really good. We can place one there. We can come inside and maybe hang one from the roof. Let's put it there. And that's actually enough lighting for this full place. So if we come out here, we have ourselves a good looking build here. Honestly, it turned out a lot better than I thought. Got a little fishing area here. Fish down into our lake. We're going to keep with what we've got so far. Maybe in between episodes we add these little decorations here and there. But we come over here. If we, not our shop, if we go to PV10, we have this fishing rod right here. Look of the Sea 3, Lure 3, Unbreaker 3, and Fish Finder 4. So with Fish Finder 4, we should be able to get ourselves really lucky. I'm assuming Fish Finder 4 is like an extra level of lore in a sense. If any fish would appear, can we get our first fish? Come on. This is going to be a very long fish, apparently. So fish are really good as of this season, because they did get upgraded quite a while ago. And our first fish, a catfish. So they did get upgraded a while ago. They give you more sky dust now when you farm it. I believe it's an 80% chance to get more sky dust or the sky dust value for whatever it is. So fishing is definitely the way to go if you just want a little bit of sky dust just to start you off. So let me just grab myself. Do we have any leather? Yeah, we got a piece of leather right here. Let's head down to our wood chest. Just put you away quickly. Let's grab out that. Alright, what are we doing right here? We are making ourselves an item frame. The reason we're doing that is because this is going to be our trophy. First ever fish we ever caught, minus the one we did. First ever fish we caught in this lake. But that's it for this episode, guys. If you enjoyed and would like to see more, please show some love by hitting the like button. Subscribe with bell notifications turned on. And I'll see you guys in the next one.